Are you someone who struggles to know what you're really, really good at? Or are you wondering where you can apply your talents to build a career that you love, or build something where you are world class, something where you can shine and have purpose and passion? I think this is a worthy lifelong pursuit, and it's something that you can get started on as early as possible, or you can start to figure it out as you've gone through some errors and mistakes and found things you don't really love. That's going to give you information so that you can move towards what you love now. I think of this as like a big target and a bullseye, and kind of early on in your career, you're often just firing different bullets at things, unless you're like Shakespeare or Mozart and it's pretty obvious what you're amazing at from day one. You're kind of firing bullets at different areas and kind of missing the target, maybe getting a little close sometimes, but you might be zigzagging up and down, trying this, thinking, hey, maybe I want to do journalism. Actually, I hate the fast-paced environment, I hate the deadlines, and the whole environment is not for me. Then you think, hey, maybe actually I want to be an investment banker. And you think, I don't want to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and travel to this place and have to do things under orders of this company, and I don't really have a lot of autonomy, and I don't really like the people. And you kind of zigzag back and forth, and hopefully, though, you're kind of going on this messy walk. I think Robert Greene in his book Mastery describes this like the crooked branches of a tree rather than a straight line. You kind of move through it, through ups and downs over time, but hopefully it kind of starts to make sense as you get closer and closer to where you should be. I think this is often the kind of messiness that comes in when you're building a career you love. But what you want to be doing all the time is listening to the information that you're getting, listening to the feedback you're getting, hopefully having some connection with your deep intuition of knowing what you should be moving towards, what really drives your curiosity at a deep level. And again, as Robert Greene says, going back to your childhood and thinking of the kind of things that really stirred you naturally, that if you were left alone for a few hours or left alone for a weekend, what's something you would just naturally want to do, you would obsess over, that you would really want to solve. Those are usually the areas where you're going to be able to be really great at something, because when you're obsessive, you're often willing to build skills in that area. It's something where you're willing to go through the actual difficulty of learning, understanding at a deep level. And it's where you understand at a deep level that you're going to be able to make an amazing contribution. Now, some things are very broad churches: writing, marketing, engineering, science. These are not jobs per se in themselves. There's often within them, there's software engineers, there's marketers who do copywriting, and there's marketers who do data analytics and social media marketing, and there might be people who make visual campaigns, and within writing there's all kinds of writing. So I think it's often you might have a broad church of something, a field you're really into, and then within that you're going to keep narrowing down, and you're going to find out, well, like me, over the years I've written academic papers. When I studied for a PhD, I've written for a newspaper before, writing features. I've done research for foreign news before, written pieces there. I've done book reviews. I've done blogging, copywriting, and now I dabble in fiction writing, and that's something I've been enjoying pursuing. And I've found these kind of micro skills along the way where I've honed in more and more on the kind of work, the kind of autonomy that excites me. And I notice, well, I'm really someone who's very analytical. I love coming up with concepts. I love explaining difficult ideas, breaking them down, being able to, teach those to other people. I also love storytelling. As a kid, I was an obsessive reader of, I loved reading stories. I loved reading fiction, anything I could get my hands on. And that developed a lot when I was a teenager as well. So storytelling and being able to be analytical and break down concepts has helped me write online programs that I've done with my brother. I've written programs on dating and relationships, and that's been a mix of narrative storytelling, understanding people and their problems, and being able to break down solutions in an analytical way to be able to teach ideas. That's one way I've been able to combine certain things to something I really enjoy doing. And I think through your career, you just keep doing this. You keep refining down, and you find, you might learn a few new skills peripherally that help you build what Scott Adams calls your talent stack, which is, for example, I've built out to my talent stack. I've also built numerical skills through studying economics, which have helped me to research and understand, difficult academic papers and break down research. I've also learned public speaking, which has been another outlet where I've spoken in front of hundreds of people, spoken on camera, spoken on virtual webinars, been on stage and been able to communicate ideas in that way. Those are not my main profession. I'm not a public speaker by profession, but building that talent stack has allowed me to enrich my career and be able to do it in another way that's exciting, to be able to kind of broaden out where I can uniquely place myself in the world to be able to do what I'm best at. So yeah, there's a lot of ideas in this. I don't think there's one path. I think, the being in the world of trying to build a vocation and economic concerns and thinking about your strengths and where they're desirable to the market and all that stuff, I think that's all a process that has to be refined. But we also, as well as the rational side, we have to be in touch with the intuitive side of listening to ultimately where your heart lies, where the things that really get you buzzing and excited and the things that really matter to you. These are intuitive things. These are things that you emotionally react to. You viscerally think, God, I'd love to spend all weekend just, tinkering with something in my garage, American, I'm saying that because I know a lot of Americans listen. I would say garage. Tinkering in your garage, or you'd love to just spend, all day reading literature. You'd love to spend all day, physics and learning about science and theories, or maybe you just like to spend all day, recording yourself and podcasting, singing, acting, whatever. If there's something that you can get obsessed about in that way, that's always a good place to start. And then you can look at other people and go, would my personality fit that job well? Do I like the day-to-day work of that? Do I like working with people, or do I want to sit on my own and just zone in, have my own autonomy, choose my own hours? Or am I good when it's dynamic and fast-paced, or do I need slow work? These are the areas where you can then refine that based on who you are. But yes, getting to know your strengths, a lifelong pursuit, a worthy one, and then you don't have to worry so much about your weaknesses because you can think about where you can really apply leverage, which is where your talents are. All right, let me know what skills you want to learn, or micro skills even in your field where you think you can refine them down, in the comments below. And I will see you strong pickles very soon. See you later.